Hey, if you're struggling to create impactful leads and solos in your guitar playing, I got a couple tricks here that might be able to help you. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of every single time I post a video on guitar playing. So a couple of the tricks that I'm going to share with you here in this video are tricks that I've used constantly over the past 20 years in order to pull the sounds out of my guitar solos and my leads. So this is what I found out. Okay, so if you really want to solo well and you want to play some really powerful leads, there's a couple key things we need to pay attention to first. So first, pick the simplest scale to solo in. So like the meat and basis of the scales, as I use the minor pentatonic to run through it and play. The second, well, pretty much the two things we're going to do on top of that is we're going to take our attention and we're going to focus on the chords that are going on underneath the scale. And then we're going to slowly start adding in notes on top of the minor pentatonic scale to pull out the exact sounds we're looking to do. Okay, so let's take a normal minor progression and let's jam our minor pentatonic over it. Okay, so in this progression, we're going to use A minor, D minor, G major, and C major. Now, we're going to solo just over our basic A minor pentatonic. And you can pretty much just do that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a major progression and we're going to solo in over we're going to use the major pentatonic scale to solo over it. Now, the major pentatonic scale and the minor pentatonic scale are the exact same scale, so you don't have to change anything. All you're going to do now is you're going to focus on the major notes and you're going to accent those. You're going to start the scale actually off that. So, for example, if you were using A minor pentatonic and C major scale, you would start in your notes, really accenting the C note. Okay, so now we're going to use a major progression, C major, F major, and G major, and we're going to play the major pentatonic. So all it is it's the A minor pentatonic, but you're starting off the C note, okay? And you're going to accent the C notes because they're the root. You're going to accent them and land and resolve to them. Okay, so you jam over that and it'll naturally pull out the major sound because of the chords behind it. Also in the comment section, let me know how you play your majors and minors. I'd love to hear the different ways. Okay, now if you're looking to play and pull out the blues sound, what we're going to do is we're going to take a blues progression and we're going to take our minor pentatonic and put it over it. And all we're going to do is we're going to add the flat 5 note to the minor pentatonic. Okay, I'll show you in the example. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a blues progression. So I'm going to take a minor blues progression here. Doesn't matter, you can take a normal 12-bar blues major sounding progression or a minor progression. So it's going to be we'll use do it in A. So A minor 7 to the D minor 7. Back to the A minor 7, the E minor 7, D minor 7, A minor 7, finishing off on the E minor 7. So the whole progression is minor. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the minor pentatonic gain, so that your bass root scale, and we can add the flat 5 note in. And it's going to create that blues sound. Now, if you take your minor pentatonic and you lay it directly on top of your major pentatonic, you're going to get a country sound. Okay, now what I mean by major pentatonic, I mean if you go to, just for example, if you go to A and you, or if you go, let's use G for example. If you use G minor pentatonic and you lay G major pentatonic directly on top of it, you're going to be able to play that sound, and you're going to be able to pull out a country sound just by overlaying these two scales. Okay, cool. So now if you pretty much layer two scales on top of each other, you know, so if we took, I'm going to just do it in G here, if we took G minor pentatonic, and then we took G major pentatonic, okay, which is actually E minor pentatonic. And we stuck both of them directly on top of each other. Okay, so I'm just going to use the second pattern in the E minor pentatonic or G major pentatonic, which is here. And directly underneath it, I'm going to put the minor. You know, and then you'll get that country sound. So you see it had the minor, I put the flat 5 in as well to get the blues scale, but you had the minor there with the major pentatonic on top of it, and it made the country sound. Okay, so this is what I really love about playing the guitar. Literally, if we're taking the minor pentatonic scale and we add in a couple different notes, you're going to be able to cross the whole spectrum of the sound that you want to do. So like, for example, if we take in the flat 5 note and we're putting it in, you're going to get the blues scale sound. If you take a major pentatonic and you stick it directly on top of a minor pentatonic, you're going to get the country sound. If you take the 6th note and you add it into the minor pentatonic, just that, you're going to get like this very circusy type of sound, which is really cool for the ear when you're playing your solos, because it like really triggers, it, you know, it really picks up the listener's ear like straight away. If you use your, sorry, I clicked my finger. If you use your sharp 7 note and you put it in, what you're going to get is like an Arabic sound. It's kind of like an Easterny sound, and it's beautiful. So as you can see, like using the minor pentatonic as a basis, or like the basic flat, the flat scale, when you start adding these notes and you start developing all these sounds, and that's going to make your solos sound awesome. Now, the other thing you can do is you can put the sharp 7 in to the pentatonic, okay? And what you'll do is you'll get kind of like an Arabic sound, you know, an Arabic sound, like kind of an Eastern sound. And then if you put, you know, the sixth in, you'll get a kind of circusy sound. So you can kind of play with a whole bunch of them, you know. I mean, if you took your B note, which is your second, if you're looking in A minor, or if you're in C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B would be your seventh. That seventh note is quite circusy, so as well as the sixth. Then you got the flat 5 there on the blues scale. So you take your so that's where the key comes in. You take your minor pentatonic, you add the flat 5, you get this cool blues scale. If you focus mainly on the major notes, you're going to get the major scale. If you're adding in that sharp 7, you're going to get that harmonic minor scale. If you put in 2 on top of each other, you're going to get that cool country sound. And then, you know, you add in the 6th and you add in the 7th, you're going to get this circus sound all the way down. And then you just start mixing and putting them together. And that's what makes the solos sound great, and that's how you can pull them out. So this took me years to figure out. I wish I had kind of known this from the beginning. But, you know, if someone had just told me like, man, this is, you know, this is your flat pentatonic scale. And if you just take, you know, you add your flat 5 and you get that blues sound, you add the 6th and you're going to get this like kind of circusy sound. If you add the, you know, you add the 2 on top of each other, you get the country sound. If you add the sharp 7, then you're going to get the harmonic minor sound to it, which is that like easterly sound. So you have this like total picture just off this one scale and just adding the notes, which makes things a whole lot simpler and allows you to really stand out in your solos. Or when you're recording records, you know, you'll really pull the listener's ear out when you start adding these notes in. So yeah, I hope that helps. If you need help with more of the techniques and the exercises, I'll leave a link in the description to my free video exercises. Download those, I should be able to help. Or if you want a more in-depth study of the guitar, like a transition to go from 0 to becoming an advanced player, check out my guitar course. I'll leave a link in the description below as well. Also, don't forget to check out this video next. I'll leave a link in the description to it. But until then, peace.